we discover the power within us to overcome any challenge. This year, be determined to join the League of Homeowners and take advantage of the add-on homes property listings as we journey with you to overcome looming challenges with our flexible payment plans and affordable product offerings. Stand your ground. Become a homeowner today. Subscribe to Add-on Homes.
Building cities, communities, and homes.
From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the News at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Anne Nwaodo.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, political crisis in Rivers State gets more complex. The State House of Assembly yet again vetoes Governor Fubara on local government amendment law as members react to the governor's comments describing them as non-existent. People's Democratic Party condemns call by the Rivers State APC for the impeachment of Governor Fubara, describes it as a call for anarchy. Rivers Youth Council chairman says impeachment plot will fail. And House of Representatives launches an investigation into the escape of Binance executive Nadeem Anjarwalla from the custody of the National Security Advisor, denies claim that they demanded bribe from the company.
And on Business News tonight, the Nigerian Fiscal Policy Committee proposes sweeping reforms, including VAT exemption on basic food, export service, and other items.
On Sports News tonight, Naomi Osaka makes a winning return in Rome after a 3-year absence with a straight sets victory over Clara Burel in the first round of the Italian Open.
From Abuja, the nation's capital, the EFCC is to arraign former Minister of Aviation Hadi Sirika, his daughter, and 2 others over alleged 2.7 billion naira contract fraud before the Federal High Court in Abuja tomorrow.
And in international news from London, a senior U.S. administration official says the U.S. paused a bomb shipment for Israel over concerns it was going ahead with a major ground operation in Rafah.
The drama in Rivers politics continues to unfold day by day, and the atmosphere in the state remains tense. And this comes as the State House of Assembly has once again vetoed the governor to pass a consolidated version of the local government amendment law. Also during plenary today, the House condemned the comments of the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, referring the
consolidated local government law. Consolidating the 2015, 2023, and 2024 amendments of the local government law. The Speaker explains the reason for the exercise.
We need to consolidate everything into one legislation so that we can have one single document which stands as the Rivers State Local Government Law for 2024. This bill is also making provision for the creation of the Local Government Service Committee for every local government. This Local Government Service Committee, according to this bill, which we have just resolved in the Committee of the Whole, will have that responsibility of recommending to the Local Government Service Commission on a number of matters, including matters affecting staff of their local governments.
Meanwhile, the majority leader of the House raises strong concerns about the comments of the governor, where he refers to the lawmakers as non-existent.
Mr. Speaker, common knowledge says that the existence of human beings is being created by God Almighty, and the existence of is enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, precisely Section 4, subsection 6(7). So, Mr. Speaker, I wonder why a sitting governor will go this far to make this unguided statement. I want to bring to the notice of this House that such statements are a plot for coup. I am very well displeased that the governor, without mixing words, clearly and was emphatically saying that he is putting it on record that the assembly is non-existent, arrogating powers to himself, arrogating the judicial powers to himself, declaring the assembly non-existent. Mr. Speaker, is an aberration.
In his reaction, the Speaker asks his colleagues to focus on the business of lawmaking and not be distracted by the governor's remarks.
We must continue to perform this task. We must not be distracted by the antics of our detractors, particularly those who don't read the Constitution. We must continue to do our job, knowing fully well that what we are doing is in the best interest of Rivers State.
In the meantime, the Electricity Markets Bill has passed the second reading and has been committed to the relevant committee of the House. Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, it appears lawmakers loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara have returned to the trenches and elected the member representing Bonny State constituency, Victor Okojumbo, as the Speaker of the House of Assembly. He said to have been elected during plenary in line with the standing order of the House. In his acceptance speech, Mr. Okojumbo thanked the members for electing him as the new Speaker, stippled to the resignation of the former Speaker of the group, Edison Ahie, who is now the Chief of Staff to the Governor. Meanwhile, the Rivers State chapter of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, has criticized Governor Siminalayi Fubara for allegedly withholding funds meant for the councils. Speaking on behalf of the group in Port Harcourt, the chairman of Port Harcourt Local Government Area, Mr. Orwell Ihunda, said the withheld allocation is meant for the month of April and all the LGAs, and March as well as for April for the case of Emuhua Council.
Gentlemen of the press, it has come to the notice of our Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON Rivers State Chapter, that the Rivers State government, under the leadership of His Excellency, Sir Siminalayi Fubara, JSS ROS, has neglected, failed, and deliberately refused to hold the statutory Joint Account Allocation Committee meeting, JAC, which is a prerequisite for the release and disbursement of funds due to the local governments in the State Joint Local Government Account, and has continued to withhold the statutory allocation due to the 23 local government councils of Rivers State since the month of April 2024, and in the case of Emuhua since March 2024 till date for no just cause, thereby starving the third tier of government of the funds required to discharge its statutory functions in the administration of the local government areas. It has also come to our notice that the governor of Rivers State held a meeting with heads of local government administrations, head of personnel management, treasurers of local government, and other directors on Monday, the 6th day of May, 2024 in Government House, Port Harcourt, whereat he directed them to go and compile for presentation to him of the salary vouchers and overheads of civil servants, excluding chairmen, vice chairmen, councillors, and other political office holders for the various local governments, with a view to unlawfully dipping his hands into local government funds to pay staff salaries directly without involvement of the democratically elected local government council chairman. We therefore call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the federal government to intervene by calling the governor of Rivers State to order with a view to avoiding breakdown of law and order in Rivers State.
And the Constitution and in the local government law of Rivers State, I've said until elections are done, these local governments will stay in office for another 6 months in the interim. So as a matter of fact, we as local government chairmen, we are going to remain in office because the law says so. The recently amended law, local government law, that creates and provides for tenure and functioning of local governments in Rivers State, as empowered by the Constitution, has given us an additional 6 months period and will remain in the office until that period expires.
And staying with the Rivers State impasse, the youth leader and loyalist of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, Mr. Chijioke Ihunwo, has asked the State House of Assembly not to contemplate a fresh impeachment proceeding against the governor. Mr. Ihunwo, who is the chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria in the state, maintains that such action will not succeed. He was speaking in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, where he also asked the 23 local government chairmen to prepare to leave office, despite, as I said, the amendment of the local government law to extend their tenure.
We want to use this medium to call on Chief Tonokocha to retract attacking the office of the governor of Rivers State. Henceforth, or the youth of Rivers State will take a protest against him to Abuja. We want also call on Mr. President to call on Chief Tonokocha to order to stop inciting crisis in our state. Rivers State is a very peaceful state. Rivers State is a place where people are doing their normal business. Rivers is a place where we have a governor that loves the people who elected him. Each time Chief Tonokocha comes to incite Nigerians, especially Rivers people, against the governor. So what, as the youth, some youth of the state, we want to call on Tonokocha to immediately apologize to the governor of Rivers State. And let us state it, that no one man can impeach the governor because we voted for the governor of Rivers State. And as such, we must continue to protect the governor of Rivers State.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, is not just watching developments in Rivers State, but has criticized the All Progressives Congress, the APC in the state, over its call for the impeachment of the governor, Siminalayi Fubara. The PDP National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Debo Olugunaba, also told journalists in Abuja that the call by the Rivers APC chairman is an invitation for anarchy. He urges Inspector General of Police to hold the APC to account should there be a breakdown of law and order in the state.
The attention of the leadership of the People's Democratic Party has been drawn to a delusional declaration by the chairman of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, Mr. Tony Okocha, wherein he issued a hallucinatory directive that an impeachment proceedings be commenced against the democratically elected governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara. In any event, the individuals that the Rivers State APC chairman directed to commence impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara are not legally members of the Rivers State House of Assembly and cannot contemplate or exercise such powers under the law. The PDP therefore draws the attention of the Inspector General of Police to the subversive utterances of the APC chairman in Rivers State, which is capable of triggering crisis and derailing democratic order in the country.
And away from Rivers State politics to the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives has launched an investigation into the escape of the head of Binance Africa, Mr. Nadeem Anjarwalla, from the custody of the National Security Advisor. This resolution followed a motion of urgent public importance moved by Dominic Okafor during plenary on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the lawmakers have refuted claims by the Binance Group that they demanded bribe from the company. Our National Assembly correspondent Terry Kumi reports that the lower chamber also discussed issues of security in schools.
Wednesday's plenary in the House of Representatives was filled with motions of urgent national importance. But first, citing breach of privilege, a member of the House draws attention to allegations of bribery made by cryptocurrency platform Binance. Binance had issued a statement that some unknown persons in Nigeria demanded huge payments in digital currency to make their problems in the country go away. In the statement, Binance had pointed out that its representatives were approached while leaving a public hearing with the House Committee on Financial Crimes sometime in March.
This House has never had a meeting with this person before. We have no interface with this person. And these persons woke up one morning and decided to degrade this House to the extent of saying we demanded bribe from them. I suggest that this House maybe invite this person to come and tell us whoever demanded this bribe from him, from this house.
This is quickly followed by a motion calling for investigation of the escape of the Binance executive, Nadeem Anjarwalla, from the custody of the Office of the National Security Advisor.
The escape of the Binance executive from the Office of the National Security Advisor using a smuggled passport is, to say the least, most disappointing, embarrassing, and disturbing as it portrays the porosity of the security architecture of the country to the world.
Another motion for urgent attention is the death of a 4-year-old boy, Miguel Ovoke, allegedly at Brick Hall School in Abuja.
Concerned about the traumatic effect of the sudden death of this little boy, Miguel Ovoke, on the family and that of the classmates. Right, Mr. Speaker, are further concerned about the negative image this act will leave on our country in the sympathy of nations if such is not addressed.
The House observes a moment of silence for the late Miguel and constitutes a special committee to carry out the investigation.
May their soul rest in peace.
Security, as always, is not left out. The House considers and approves a motion on the worrying rate of kidnappings in schools across the country.
If no drastic measure is taken to curb this escalating insecurity situation in the country and in our schools, the entire schools may end up being shut down due to activities of these miscreants and hoodlums.
The House is also mandating schools to engage the services of private security outfits to complement the efforts of the security agencies in securing the schools. In the meantime, the House has stepped down a motion calling for the suspension of the cybersecurity levy, which has generated negative reactions from the public. The Speaker urged the mover of the motion, Honorable Manu Soro, to step the motion down and allow the leadership of the House have a robust discussion on it before it is presented before the House. From the House of Representatives, Terry Ikumi, Channels Television News.
In part two, after the break, the North Central, Northwest and Southwest record highest kidnapping cases in Nigeria, according to the latest report from research organization NOI Polls. Please join us again.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, enriched with 95% pure vitamin C and pulp extract. For visibly radiant and even-toned skin in just 2 weeks.
How can we help? Our experts work behind the scenes, enabling our members grow wealth to secure a premium tomorrow. We see your hard work and we make your money work hard for you. We are growing with you in commitment and service. Leveraging technology to meet your demands. Secure your future and pave way for the next generation. Embracing diversity with firm roots across the 36 states of Nigeria and the FCT. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of cowbells. With Vita-Rich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development. Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Everyone sees the glamour, the awards, and the results. But not many see the pain associated with this unique journey. The long hours of filming on set, long trips to multiple locations, and the vigorous times of ecstatic performances on screen all come with a lot of bodily pain. Yes, it is human to feel pain, but because we do this for the fans, we must find a way to ease these pains fast every time. This is what it takes to be at the top. Finding an effective painkiller to ease the pain. I ease the pain with Isidol from May and Baker.
Ease the pain with Isidol. For fast relief from pains and fever, Isidol comes in easy-to-swallow caplets for adults and suspension for children. Isidol, ease the pain. If symptoms persist after 2 days, please see your doctor.
The Duchess International Hospital caters to every aspect of the family's health needs. A one-stop shop for maternity and child health services, emergency medicine and critical care, medical and surgical subspecialties, dental and eye care, and a range of other subspecialties and services, all available at a single location right here in the heart of Ikeja. And it really doesn't matter if you're paying out of pocket using your HMO or private insurance. We focus completely on providing that world-class affordable healthcare for all the family at all times.
What a good hair day looks like and feels like with the new Lush Hair Care range, made with a cocktail of nature's finest oils, with hibiscus oil for hair growth, rooibos oil to eliminate frizz, amla oil to prevent hair breakage, to give your hair life and bounce. So go ahead and be confident, stunning, flawless, beautiful. You deserve the soft life, so does your hair. Lush Hair. Be beautiful.
West have recorded the highest kidnapping prevalence in Nigeria, and that's according to the latest report from research organization NOI Polls. The report, which was released to journalists in Abuja today, reveals that over 70% of the kidnappings happened in the 3 zones. The report also shows that ransom was paid in at least 43% of all the kidnap cases reported.
An indigenous opinion polling and research agency, the NOI Polls, is unveiling its latest report, and this time it's on the prevalence of kidnapping in Nigeria. The study, which was conducted in February this year, sampled the opinions of citizens on the prevalence of kidnapping in Nigeria. The managing director of the research organization, Mr. Chike Nwago, gives a highlight of the report.
So this is where we kind of think is really critical for us to push, trying to understand what people think is the cause of the kidnap, as in why do you think there's a rise in kidnapping? And the major thing that was pointed out was economic hardship, unemployment, bad governance. These are the ones that had 39% of people that we spoke to said economic hardship, 28% said unemployment, 10% said bad governance.
According to the report, the North Central, Northwest, and Southwest are the zones with the highest kidnapping rate in Nigeria. The report also shows that ransom was paid in at least 43% of all the kidnap cases before their victims were released. Analysts share their thoughts on the aspects of the report.
At least 57% of the respondents have, in one way or the other, paid ransom, or they know people who paid ransom. So critically telling us, for instance, that the dependence on the security forces is not as much as we would have wanted.
A lot of Nigeria are beginning to see the reality is not the issue of security, is that you need to address the issue of governance. If people are not satisfied with governance, the issue of insecurity becomes a threat.
The report further speaks to the duration that victims spent in captivity before their ransom was paid or they were rescued, as well as their opinion on state policing.
There is the solution that has been touted from Goodluck Jonathan through to former head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar, and then with the body language of this administration, that state police will be an answer. This current poll results will set us to thinking very seriously whether our people truly believe in this massive call for state policing.
Kidnapping is a major security problem across the country. Perhaps the findings of this report will help relevant authorities to make the right decision and give attention to the menace.
For more on the news at 10, we head over to Abuja studios where Malpe Ogun Yusuf is standing by to give us more. Hello, Malpe.
Hello, and it appears the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission hasn't just been barking. Tomorrow, May the 9th, it will be arraigning in court a former Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, his daughter, Fatima, and 2 other suspects, one Jalal Hama and Aldurak Investment Limited. The suspects are facing charges over an alleged 2.7 billion naira contract fraud uncovered in the aviation ministry under Mr. Sirika. They will be arraigned for trial for the first time before Justice Silvanus Origi of the Federal High Court here in Abuja. Before now, Mr. Sirika had been grilled by the EFCC over his alleged involvement in the said fraud. In the south of the country, almost 2 months after the residents of Okwama in Delta State fled their town following the killing of 17 army personnel and occupation of the town by soldiers, Governor Sharif Obo-Werori has announced the withdrawal of the military from the community. The governor made this known at a press conference at the government house in Asaba, the state capital, indicating that the people are free to return to their homes in Ughelli South local government area.
I spoke with the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Magbaja, on Monday, 6th of May. And as of today, 8th of May 2024, the military have withdrawn from Okwama. With these developments, the people of Okwama can now safely return to their homes and begin the process of reintegration and rebuilding their homes. I want to express my deep and profound gratitude to Mr. President, the Chief of Army Staff, and the hierarchy of the Nigerian Army for their understanding and cooperation. In my engagement with them, they demonstrated the highest level of concern and care for the plight of the displaced persons. To God be the glory that we have achieved an amicable resolution.
In the southeast, the government of Enugu State has reaffirmed its commitment to completing the proposed modern bus terminal in the state capital within 1 year to ease vehicular and human traffic. According to the Commissioner for Works, Mr. Obi Ozo, the facility will consist of dual terminals serving interstate and intracity with a holding capacity of 1,400 vehicles.
This is Holy Ghost, one of the biggest business hubs in Enugu metropolis. It's popular for housing several motor transport terminals in the city capital, the Holy Ghost Cathedral, and Ogbete Main Market, amongst others. As human and vehicular movement increased, bags and phone snatching, especially from 6 p.m., became a thriving business for hoodlums, a situation that became of concern for transport companies operating in the area.
What would the Belgian government is security for this renewal, especially for this one in the south, because people are crying bitterly. Aye, it's very bad. Somebody will come from Lagos. Maybe you come and see someone, they will snap your bag here, get a CB and snatch your phone. It's not good.
To end this menace, the Enugu state government is proposing to build modern bus terminals for interstate and intrastate transportation, each with a holding capacity of 1,400 buses.
This is not the only bus terminal that we're building concurrently. We are also, at the same time, we are starting the foundation here, which is called Enugu Central Station, Holy Ghost. The second one is Gariki Central Station. The third one is Ababa Central Station. And the fourth one is the Nsukka Central Station. So it's 4 bus terminals in the phase 1 of this project.
Transport owners express satisfaction over the initiative, confirming the receipt of compensation paid by governments for their relocation, while others want governments to give them more time to move to another site.
He came from a business environment. He understands on how to add value to what he met, and I understand that from him. I believe in a very short time, the people of Enugu State and people of Nigeria will see what he actually came to Enugu State to do.
Some of us have received the compensation. Some people have received it. So, and I believe that even the people that say they did not want to receive, later they will still receive it.
The Holy Ghost is a transport hub that accommodates 41% of all the metro, vehicular and passenger traffic in Enugu State.
Still ahead on the news at 10, the Nigerian Fiscal Policy Committee proposes sweeping reforms, including VAT exemptions on basic food, export services and other items. That's some business news. You join us again.
Fast-paced. How do you remain unstoppable?
Babe, I need some money for groceries. Dad, the cable TV subscription has expired.
What if I told you the key to being unstoppable is now at your fingertips?
Uncle, wait. Uncle, have you forgotten I'm going back to school today? Thank you.
I beg no forget plumber money.
Oga, we need to buy fuel. Don't let petty transactions limit you. Download the First Money Wallet app or dial *894*1# on any mobile phone and live unstoppable.
Enjoy the unlimited life with First Money Wallet. Dial *894*1# on any mobile phone to activate now. You first. First Bank.
That looks good, darling.
I learned from the best.
Clutch will get you back, husband.
But it got you to marry me, didn't it? Close your eyes. I have a gift for you.
Wait, now?
Maybe close your eyes.
Okay.
This is a thank you for all the sunrises that you've given me all these years.
Babe, now you're going to make me cry.
Don't worry, babe. I'll be home soon.
Every moment, every smile, every emotion is richer with the right connection.
Thank you for lighting up my life. You're a real gift.
What the? Today, Abu got a really expensive ride. Chill, Abu. Use InDrive and negotiate for the most fair price for you. InDrive, people driven.
Oh no!
After a party, Binta needs a safe ride. Binta, get InDrive and choose rides by driver's rating, car, and time of arrival. InDrive, people driven.
Do you know that you can now print all your essential items for events without even having to leave your home? It's the Cast Print Combo Deal for all events.
Yes!
Weddings, conferences, birthdays, burials, etc. Starting from 495,000 Naira only. You get 50 invites, 50 A2 size posters, 50 16-page brochures, 1 large backdrop banner, 1 roll-up banner, 50 jotters with pens, and 50 souvenir carrier bags. Whatever event you're planning, we can adjust to your budget and quantities. Just send your pictures and other information through WhatsApp, and we shall send a design for your approval. Approve your design, and we will produce with super high-quality digital print technology. We can even arrange delivery to your location. Call us now on 0913-156-5016 or 0812-794-9323 or visit our social media pages. Cast Prints, digital printing at super speed.
For an exclusive 3-time skin effect, try Nivea Men Deep powered by black carbon. For 48-hour deep moisture, a fresh skin feel, and a long-lasting masculine fragrance. Make an impact with Nivea Men Deep Impact Body Lotion. Try Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour antibacterial sweat protection.
Welcome back to Health Matters. Marcel Ruth Cancer and Specialist Hospital, Nigeria's first well-equipped private oncology center in partnership with Leadway Health HMO, are coming together with a single objective of bringing affordable cancer treatment to Nigerians. At a press briefing in Lagos to announce the partnership, the management of both organizations expressed optimism that with the coming of the center and availability of an insurance cover, Nigerians can now access inexpensive first-class medical care here at home.
Marcel Ruth Cancer Center and Specialist Hospital is Nigeria's first well-equipped private oncology center. Situated in the heart of Victoria Island in Lagos, the center was established to give best cancer-related healthcare in the country. The Specialist Cancer Center is fortified with the latest equipment as Marcel Ruth Cancer and Specialist Hospital and Leadway HMO believe their coming together will make cancer treatments more affordable in Nigeria.
When you have the Leadway Marcel Ruth health insurance plan, and if you then get diagnosed with cancer along the way, this plan will contribute 10 million towards the care that you will need to access here.
The reason why we can in the private sector is that we can be nimble on our feet, we can move, we can employ the best, we can ensure that the tests that are needed to make diagnoses and to help us in our treatment plans are available.
According to the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, over 120,000 new cancer cases are recorded yearly in Nigeria, a trend MRCC and Leadway HMO are out to reverse.
Together, Marcel Ruth and Leadway HMO are pioneering a new standard of excellence in cancer treatment, one that is characterized by compassion, innovation, and affordability.
Within these walls, patients will find not only latest technology and equipment, but a sanctuary of support, understanding, and hope. We believe in treating the whole person, not just the disease, and it is this holistic approach that sets Marcel Ruth apart from the others.
This partnership between Leadway Health HMO and the Marcel Ruth Cancer Center and Specialist Hospital is expected to in no small measure prevent deaths related to cancer and reduce medical tourism from Nigeria.
We're looking to build capacity, build the world's knowledge on cancer, so in order that we can play our part in reducing it. So we're doing it, looking at it in a sort of holistic, impactful way, rather than just here or just for the treatment.
You know, there's a $1 billion plus medical tourism industry in Nigeria for the last couple of years, but this has been reversed, especially in the oncology aspect of it. So we've worked closely together. We've brought down the costs. We're focusing on prevention. You know, we want to ensure that we pick it early, you know, and then we can help you manage it.
With over 3,000 patients attended to at the Marcel Ruth Cancer Center and Specialist Hospital, the operators believe working with Leadway Health HMO will provide more opportunities for the prevention and treatment of cancer among Nigerians.
And that's all from our Abuja studios. It's back now to you, Anne.
Thank you, Malwe. In all company news, Cadbury Nigeria PLC has unveiled the new look creamy chocolatey Bournvita at an event attended by the company's business partners in Lagos. According to the managing director of the company, Yemika Adeboye, the reformulated, repackaged and repositioned Bournvita is a response to the yearnings of consumers.
Something new and exciting is happening to Bournvita. It's the unveiling of the new look delicious, creamy and chocolatey Bournvita being witnessed by management and staff of Cadbury alongside their business partners. The new look Bournvita, according to management, is an evolution of a brand out to satisfy the yearnings of consumers.
This new Bournvita is much tastier, it's lighter, it's creamier, and above all, it has that nutritional bundle that is needed to help kids and parents alike grow and also help them to win and prepare them for future tasks ahead.
You would see the depiction of families on the pack because they are our primary constituency. Bournvita also contains 16 vitamins and minerals that are critical both for mental health and also physical vitality. And you would see that encapsulation, comes in the form of Vita Ready, which is that bundle of fortification that promises to nourish these young bodies and minds.
There is also a new tagline, prepare them to win every day, which, according to the management, describes where the product is headed.
As the days are changing and people are changing and the consumer palette is changing, as technology is coming in and we know our consumers have options, we can't but listen to them. The impact this is going to have is huge because we have spent time listening. We have many consumers, age ranging from, your 70, 80-year-old mom to your 12-year-old child that wants a Bournvita to take to school. So, it's just addressing all those needs from everybody. Health consciousness, a big deal now. You can't put anything in a product without people looking at the back to check what's in there. And we've been very conscious of that.
I don't see why that number one spot that Bournvita has been occupying. I don't see any other beverage company challenging it, especially with this new relaunch.
With the relaunch done, consumers would expect a delightful experience in every cup of Bournvita.
Shareholders of Zenith Bank PLC have continued to enjoy return on their investments, evidenced by the consistent payment of dividends over the years. They were not disappointed today as they smiled home with a cumulative dividend of 125.6 billion naira at the end of the bank's 33rd annual general meeting in Lagos. The group also reported a rise in shareholders' fund from 1.4 trillion naira to 2.3 trillion naira in its financial statements for the year 2023.
The founder and chairman of Zenith Bank PLC, Mr. Jim Ovia, presides over the mandatory annual assembly for board members and shareholders to evaluate the bank's performance in 2023, as well as decide on key business-related matters. The report and financial statements placed before shareholders for the year ended 31st of December 2023 shows a three-digit growth of 125% in gross earnings from 945.6 billion naira in 2022 to 2.1 trillion naira in 2023. Profit after tax rose by 202% from 223.9 billion naira in 2022 to 676.9 billion naira in 2023. The statements elicit commendations from shareholders, but not without questions regarding the bank's performance on operational strategies. Mr. Ebenezer Oniago addresses these concerns just as he offers parting words as outgoing Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Zenith Bank.
He also wanted to know about our virtual card. If you need to pay for your Netflix and all those online-related cards, you make use of the virtual card. So it's available, it's not exclusive to a few. In closing, I think I have to thank the shareholders for your unwavering support and above all for your belief in our vision and strategy. Together, we have been able to accomplish very tremendous milestones in Zenith.
Chairman, at the end of the voting exercise, we have 98.3% of the members voting.
Resolution for the payment of final dividends of 125.6 billion naira at 4 naira per share got massive approval from shareholders. The board also got approval for an increase in issued share capital from 15.7 billion to 31.4 billion naira.
Once they recapitalize and now they are going into Holdco, which will allow them to do more businesses. The dividend next year, I'm confident that it will be higher than 4 naira.
And even as at that, the dividend has been paid electronically to those that has account with the registrar. So That is the beauty of any AGM by the shareholders.
In the coming days, Zenith Bank PLC will finalize its transition to a holding company structure, a move which promises to leverage emerging opportunities in the fintech sector while enhancing the bank's digital and retail banking operations.
We continue with more business stories on the news at 10. Laddie Williams is standing by.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thanks, Anne. Let's kick off with tax matters now. See the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, headed by Mr. Taiwo Yedele, has unveiled a comprehensive proposal to overhaul Nigeria's value-added tax system. The plan includes raising VAT rates on select goods and services to compensate for eliminating numerous consumption taxes levied by different states, allowing businesses to claim input VAT, exemption of VAT on exports, and enhanced VAT refund process, among others. The committee will, while presenting the recommendations, reiterated the goal is to streamline the tax system, making it easier for businesses to comply and for the government to administer. And to the currency market now, Zambian kwacha depreciated to a record low against the dollar as the economy struggles with the worst drought in more than 4 decades and a debt restructuring process has dragged on for years. The kwacha fell as much as 0.3% to 27.28 kwacha, already down 1.9% this month, making it the worst performing currency globally of those tracked by Bloomberg. Zambia has been involved in a drawn-out debt restructuring as the country awaits IMF's nod to increase financing to Zambia. And let's get a sense of how your money performed in the local bourse for the midweek trade. Dominic Iwiwu has the details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. The local stock market closed midweek session flat, but on a negative note as the all-share index closed marginally lower than it did yesterday at 98,223 points, remaining at 0.00% and a market capitalization of 55.52 trillion naira, making the market lose 2 billion naira. The banking counter closed in the red, down 1.03% as majority of its components in mostly the Tier 1 banks ended up in the red zone, courtesy of GTCO, Access Holdings, and Zenith Bank. Meanwhile, the consumer goods closed at 0.27%, also on the negative scale, while the oil and gas sector remains unchanged. The all-share index closed midweek bearish.
All right, it's time for a check on performance of other major
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thank you, Laddie. U.S. government says that it paused a bomb shipment for Israel over concerns it was going ahead with a major ground operation in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. Israel is reportedly yet to fully address U.S. concerns over the humanitarian needs of civilians in that region. Here's Simon Pusey with other international news and around the world in 5.
Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A senior U.S. administration official says the U.S. paused a bomb shipment for Israel over concerns it was going ahead with a major ground operation in Rafah. The official says Israel has not fully addressed U.S. concerns over humanitarian needs of civilians in Rafah. Overnight, there were further Israeli airstrikes in the Gaza Strip, hours after Israeli forces, backed by tanks, took control of the key Rafah crossing on the border with Egypt. A Berlin senator and former mayor of the German capital has been attacked by a man in a local library in the latest of a spate of assaults on German politicians. Franziska Giffey, a well-known figure in Germany's centre-left SPD, was briefly treated in hospital after she was hit on the head and neck with a bag filled with hard contents, police said. Politicians and campaign workers have been targeted in recent days, especially in eastern Germany. Last Friday, a lead candidate in next month's European elections was seriously hurt while putting up posters in Dresden. The former adult star Stormy Daniels has taken to the stand in Mr. Trump's criminal trial and faced him in court for the first time. She spent much of her time on the stand recounting the encounter that she claims to have had with the defendant, an act that sparked the allegations at the heart of the case, and pushing back at his legal team's scathing questions. Mr. Trump, meanwhile, spent parts of her evidence cursing and shaking his head. The former president faces 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. US President Joe Biden has warned that the threat of anti-Semitism is growing in the country, including on college campuses.
This ancient hatred of Jews didn't begin with the Holocaust.
In a speech honoring the 6 million Jews killed in the Holocaust, Mr. Biden warned of the risk that the truth about the systemic killing of Jews during World War II could be lost.
There is no place on any campus in America, any place in America, for anti-Semitism or hate speech or threats of violence of any kind. The Jewish community, they want you to know, I see your fear, your hurt, and your pain. Let me reassure you, as your president, you're not alone. You belong.
The parents of 2 Australian brothers killed in Mexico during a suspected carjacking have said the world has become a darker place for us.
I would just like to start.
In an emotional statement, Deborah and Martin Robinson said their sons Callum and Jake had been young men enjoying their passion for surfing. They also mourned the loss of their son's friend, American Jack Carter Road. A Mexican man is expected to be charged with the 3 murders.
It is with heavy hearts that we share the news that Callum and Jake have been murdered. Our hearts are broken and the world has become a darker place for us. We also mourn the loss of Carter Road, a close friend. They were young men enjoying their passion of surfing together.
Fueled by climate change, the world's oceans have broken temperature records every single day over the past year. Nearly 50 days have smashed existing highs for the time of year by the largest margin in the satellite era. The analysis is based on data from the EU's Copernicus Climate Service. Planet-warming gases are mostly to blame, but the natural weather event El Nino has also helped warm the seas. The superheated oceans have hit marine life hard and driven a new wave of coral bleaching. And Paris 2024 is getting ready to face an unprecedented challenge in terms of cybersecurity, with organisers expecting a huge pressure on the Games this summer. Organised crime, activists and states will be the main threats during the Olympics and Paralympics. Paris 2024, who have been working hand-in-hand with the French National Agency for Information Security and cybersecurity companies Cisco and Eviden, are looking to limit the impact of cyber attacks. To make sure they are in the game, Paris 2024 have been paying so-called ethical hackers to stress test their systems and have been using artificial intelligence to help them survey the threats. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.
Thank you, Simon. Let's delve into the world of sports and find out the latest with what's happening with Nigeria's under-17 girls, the Flamingos. Here's Chris Illems with sports news.
Well, thank you, Anne. And of course, welcome to Sports News. It's good to let you know that Nigeria's under-17 girls, the Flamingos, will leave the country on Thursday for Bamako ahead of the FIFA Women's World Cup African Qualification Series, third round against Burkina Faso on Saturday. The Flamingos wrapped up their preparations today in Abuja with a 9-1 thrashing of their opponent in a warm-up game. Since the tournament was launched in New Zealand in 2008, Nigeria has only missed one edition in 2018, and the girls are set for a resounding victory in the Malian capital to make the return leg in Abuja on May the 18th a formality. And Real Madrid are in the final of the UEFA Champions League following a 4-3 aggregate win over Bayern Munich after a goalless first half. Alphonso Davies gave Bayern the lead in the 68th minute, but Osei Joselu, 88th minute, and of course 91st minute goal sealed the second leg 2-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Madrid will now face Dortmund at Wembley on June the 1st for a chance to claim a record-extending 15th trophy. And in tennis, Naomi Osaka marked her return to Rome for the first time since 2021 with a straight-set victory over Clara Burel in the first round of the Italian Open. The former world #1 came through against a 45th ranked opponent 7-6, 6-1, sealing victory in 84th minute, finishing with 27 wins, including 8 aces, and broke serve 4 times. Osaka now ranked at 173 in the world, will face 19th seed Marta Kostyuk of Ukraine for a place in the 3rd round. And the Olympic flame for the 2024 Paris Games have arrived in French soil at the port of Marseille on board a 19th century sailing ship in front of 150,000 spectators. Olympic gold medal swimmer Florent Namadou carried the torch from the deck of the Belém, a 3-masted vessel which had carried it from Greece. Fireworks tore into the sky as the Belém docked after its 12-day voyage from Greece, where the flame was lit in Olympia on April the 16th. Well, it's looking like it would be a great game in Paris 2024. Well, that's it on sports. It's back to you, Anne.
Thank you, Chris. It's definitely going to be a great game. And the main news again. The political crisis in Rivers State today got more complex as the State House of Assembly again vetoed Governor Fubara on local government amendment law. This came as the lawmakers loyal to Governor Fubara elected Victor Oko-Jumbo. The People's Democratic Party have condemned the call by the Rivers State APC for the impeachment of Governor Fubara, describing it as a call for anarchy, just as Rivers Nigerian Youth Council chairman said impeachment plots will fail. House of Representatives launched an investigation into the escape of Binance executive Nadeem Anjarwalla from the custody of the National Security Advisor. The House also claimed that it did not demand bribe from the company. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Mwawadu. Good night. and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope right here on Channels Television. I'm Anne Nwawadu. On the program today, we speak with the Executive Secretary of